Yo, what's up YouTube? James back here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 2020 Back Battles. Today we are going to be using a brand new team, and this team got top 4 in the Players Cup in Europe by Rahxen. It is a bit of a different variant though, because I am using a different EV spreads than he used. But yeah, I do want to try out this team. We have Corviknight, Dracozolt, Grimmsnarl, Gastrodon, Arcanine, and Rillaboom. If you haven't checked out the previous episodes, highly recommend go checking them out. And if you want to try out my version of this team, you can go check it out. In the description, there is a rental code and a pay spin. The rental code will expire in 2 weeks, so make sure you grab while you can. As always, be sure to leave a like down below and leave a comment down below, as it really does help out with the YouTube algorithm, especially if you want to help me out. And you could go check out my Twitch channel as well as my second YouTube channel down below in the description for more VGC content and more other related content if you are interested. So make sure you go check those out. Link in the description down below. But let's get started with today's video. So today's common question of the day, as we're going to go straight into the battles, is going to be, what is your favorite ability concept wise? Now for me, my favorite ability concept wise in Pokemon would either be Friend Guard, which is a really cool ability in doubles, which I really love Clefairy for, or it could be potentially Proteans and Libero. I think those are really cool ability concepts. They're super strong, but I think they're really cool ability concepts. So let me know what your favorite ability concepts are in the comments down below, as we got our first opponent using the team of Blastoise, Incineroar, Rillaboom, Dusclops, Indeedee, and Dragalge. So this is the 4th place on the last series with Benji's team. Okay, so let us see, what are we gonna do against this team? Dracozolt's really good against this team because there's not really the best Dracozolt answers, which is really nice. The problem is that Dragalge is gonna be a little bit concerning, and I mean very concerning. So what do I really want to do here? I like Grimmsnarl a lot as the lead. The question is, what do I really want to partner with? I'm thinking Gastrodon or Arcanine. Arcanine can put on a lot of pressure, and I kind of like Arcanine because, like, the only thing that really threatens damage is really going to be that Dragalge. So I really like that combination. Corviknight could be good. I'm not liking it too much. I want Dracozolt as my Dynamax for sure though. Dracozolt can go in under the right conditions. I gotta weaken the Dusclops for sure though. And then I'm thinking Gastrodon as my last Pokemon, because I think Gastrodon is just really good against the opponent's team in general. So yeah, I do like that. I think Grimmsnarl can light screen up against this team. I can stall pretty much every single threat that can hit hard. So yeah, I do like that combination. So let's see how this is gonna go. But yeah, so if you didn't notice, I tried a shorter intro, and I feel like a shorter, simple intro is just better. Let me know what you think about that shorter intro, because we get straight more into the battles. But we're gonna see, as our opponent's lead gonna be Indeedee and the Dusclops, which is pretty standard here, because I will lead my Grimmsnarl plus the Arcanine here. And I think that's completely fine. I get to click Snarl and I get to click Light Screen, and really my opponent can't really damage me at all. Like, Expanding Force will do an okay amount, but it won't do too much. I am a little bit worried about the Dusclops getting Nightshade chip, but as long as I'm able to chip away the Dusclops and set up for my Dracozolt once Trick Room's over, I think it's going to be fine. So they get to find my items, which is okay. I'm going to go for the Light Screen right here with my team and just fire off a Snarl, which is very safe, I think, because they don't really have a switch into Snarl. Nobody really wants to take it. Maybe Incineroar wants to take it, but that's fine. We're gonna see the Follow Me, completely okay, as I will be able to get a Light Screen off as well as a Snarl. Surprised they didn't go for Expanding Force actually, because like I don't think I had anything that was like threatening the Dusclops here, but I am able to get a Snarl off, which is excellent. Able to get some chip into that Dusclops, which is always fantastic, and get a good hit off onto both of these Pokemon, as we will see the Trick Room come up, but that is completely fine. Do not mind that. And I don't know who's slower between Indeedee and the Grimmsnarl. I'm pretty sure it was Minspeed Indeedee, but I think I'll just go for a Spirit Break and a Snarl combination into that Indeedee, make Indeedee pretty much useless. And I think my opponent's going to try to stay in, just Expanding Force, just try to get chip damage as much as possible. Probably just trying to bring out the Dragalge safely, but we're actually going to see the hard switch from that Pokemon. Dragalge is actually going to come in for the other slot, which is fine, because I'm going to get a Snarl off. Even if Indeedee protects, I don't really see the benefit here, as I will be able to just get a big Snarl off into the Dragalge. So it's -1, assuming we hit. Do we hit Arcanine? We do hit. Very nice. Okay. So we are able to get that Snarl off into the Dragalge. It is going to be a -1 special attack, which is really huge. And now we could just keep firing off attacks here. I kind of like trying to get rid of the NDD, but I think it's going to follow me anyway. Snarl is very safe with Spirit Break, and they can't really break through this combination. I could go technically into Gastrodon, but I think it's fine here. Because a max poise is definitely not going to knock out Grimmsnarl. The light screen's up combined with the Snarl boost. Even if the NDD goes for like helping hand, but let's say right here, we're definitely going to be able to survive that, I feel like. So I think it's fine. I could go Gastrodon next turn anyway. And then like this Dragalge still not going to do anything because it's going to be like at -3 or -2 after a max poison. So we do see the helping hand come out. Max ooze is going to come out, but we should be able to survive this pretty comfortably with the light screen up. Yep. So Grimmsnarl is able to survive it. Took a little bit more damage than I expected. I cannot lie, but we are going to get the special attack drop for both of them, which is fine. I am able to get a Spirit Break into the Dragalge, and I'm able to get a big Snarl off into that Dragalge as well. And look at this Dragalge right now. Yeah, you got a special attack boost, but you got back down 2 stages. So now you're down 2 stages, and yeah, you ended up using your Dynamax. So feeling pretty good here. I think I'm just gonna go Gastrodon here. I think there's a point of saving Grimmsnarl for the late game, and I have recovery with my Gastrodon, so I think I could just keep going for Snarl as well as a switch out here, because I think they would go for the max ooze again, helping hand boost it into that slot. They go for Dragon, that's completely fine. So yeah, we'll just bring out the Gastrodon here. Helping hand is going to come out once again into the Dragalge. We are going to see max ooze, and that should be the Grimmsnarl, I think. Yeah, so that's not going to do anything to our Gastrodon. We're pretty bulky. We still have turns of light screen. So yeah, this team is looking really well, like very, very well right here. As we keep going for Snarl, playing a bit passive right here. And this is looking very solid for us because being able to stall out 2 turns of Dynamax, the third one, not really going to help out my opponent too much. Feeling pretty good right here. So I'm going to go for the Earth Power into the NDD here. And I think a Snarl. I'm going to go for Snarl. How many turns of Trick am I left? I think there's only 1 turn. Yeah, this is the last turn. So that means Dusclops would be able to get in if my opponent went for it. So don't really like that option. I could also go back from... What if I switch out Gastrodon and actually go out into my Grimmsnarl here and Snarl? Because they might go for a Helping Hand Max Dragon. They could go for it into the Arcanine, but I don't think that'd be that bad. And yeah, I actually like bringing out the Grimmsnarl because it puts on offensive pressure again into both of these Pokemon with the Spirit Break. So as well as I can lower the special attack drop. So let's see here. Helping Hand going to come out once again from the NDD Max Dragon, maybe into Arcanine this time. Yeah, it's into Arcanine, which is completely fine. It's not going to KO. Like, yeah, that's a good amount though. It does do a good amount, as we will get our attack lowered, but these are both... Oh, the Grimmsnarl does matter, but the Arcanine is a special attacker. Another Snarl going to come out, and yeah, look at this. Look at this damage that they're doing. Ooh, not really that great. Okay, perfect. Trigger returns to normal. The weirdness disappears, so no more expanding force boost right here. And as you can see, Dynamax gone. I just need to chip away the Dusclops and get that down, and yeah, we're in a really good spot. They're probably going to go for Sludge Bomb right here, so I think it's just better to go back into Gastrodon. I didn't want to KO the NDD here potentially, but yeah, I think we're in a good spot to just Snarl and go into Gastrodon. The reason I want to make this play is because if they do stay in with NDD, I could Snarl, 2 should knock out, and then I'd be able to threaten... Ooh, Incineroar is the last Pokemon. Interesting. But if they did stay with NDD, 2 Snarls probably knocked it out, I think, at that range. And then, like, another power would be able to go into Dragalge, and it would be able to knock it out. So that's the reason why I want to make that play. Incineroar coming in is interesting. I'm able to bring in the Gastrodon here. Oh, we're actually going to see a double switch. Okay, so realizing that the Dragalge kind of overstayed its welcome, we're going to see the Dusclops come back in. And, yeah, that's completely fine, as we will be able to get another Snarl off. You know, just chip away at the Dusclops, chip away at the Incineroar. Completely okay. I think Earth Powering the Incineroar is pretty nice here. I used this Incineroar on stream. I think it did... No, it had Darkest Lariat. It didn't have... Okay. It had Darkest Lariat. I'm fine with this. Okay. So I'm actually going to switch out Arcanine here and go out into the Grimmsnarl, because I believe this was the last turn of... No, it's not the last turn of Light Screen. Okay. Maybe I want to stay in, actually. I kind of just want to fire off an Earth Power into Incineroar, get the chip, and Will-O-Wisp the Dusclops slot, because I want the residual damage into the Dusclops. They fake out, that's fine. They can only fake out 1. They fake out Gastrodon. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I do get a Willisop into Dusclops. Really nice because I'll be pressuring that every turn with a little bit of chip. I could have went for Thunder Wave to went for the Paras, but I prefer the extra chip damage. Because if the Dusclops out of Trick Room doesn't handle the Dracozolt well, I think we're in a super solid position. So now we're in a pretty good spot. I feel like I can go for a... I think I just get to click Earth Power into that slot, and I think I just get to go for the Protective Arcanine. I just never let the Incineroar slot switch into Dragalge for free, and then the Bulldoze combination goes off. So we're gonna see Incineroar actually switch out into Indeedee? No, into Dragalge. There's no ally switch on this team. So I wonder. I will protect Arcanine, because I didn't want to take like a Darkest Lariat plus Nightshade combination. We're gonna see Nightshade into that Arcanine slot, okay? Because we will go for the Earth Power. Almost missing a knockout right there. It does activate the policy. That's a little bit annoying, but I think it's okay here. Yeah, that's a little bit annoying, but I don't think that's the worst case in the world. Okay. I wonder if they self Pain Split for the healing. So they either Sludge Bomb the Arcanine or they Draco Mirror the Gastrodon. I'm actually fine, I think, letting this happen. I think I'm gonna go for Snarl actually again. Okay, let's see. If they Draco Meteor, they're back to neutral. No, they're -1 after the Snarl. Yeah, I actually rather just go for the Dragalge. I'm actually surprised Dragalge lived with a Sliver, but okay. Nightshade gonna come out in a Gastrodon, completely fine. And who did they go for? They didn't sell Pain Splits. I'm kind of fine with like trading one Pokemon for another. They went for the Gastrodon, so I could have either protected or switched into Grimmsnarl. But I think Gastrodon is an expendable piece in the end, because I think once Trick Room's over, Dracozolt's just going to be able to come in, Dynamax, and just pick up a KO here, assuming I hit the Snarl. Which I do. Nice. So that should knock out Dragalge, and we are able to finish up the Dusclops, and that should be game, because that was really their only big offensive piece in this game. So goodbye Dragalge. We will go out into... I think we'll go out into our Indeedee. I mean, not Indeedee, Grimmsnarl. Because if they go Indeedee, I want to set up a light screen so Arcanine lives a expanding force here. They go Incineroar, which is fine too. I can probably reflect up now. Yeah, I like reflecting up. So we see the Grimmsnarl being brought out as the Incineroar comes out. And I'm feeling pretty comfortable with the spot. I just don't see a reason not to set up a reflect here. They might fake out Nightshade, but I think that's completely fine. It's the last 2 turns of Trick Room. And yeah, I just don't see a reason not to reflect here. And maybe just go for a Flamethrower. Yeah, I think I'm going to Flamethrower the Dusclops. Put it in chip range. So we're going to see fake out. Maybe fake out Nightshade into Grimmsnarl, which will probably pick up the knockout, but that's completely fine. We are going to see that double up. Okay. Completely okay here. I do not mind this situation at all. We are going to be able to get a Flamethrower off into the Dusclops. Let's see how much this does, because it is going to matter for like burn. Can 2 Flamethrowers plus burn knock it out? No, it looks pretty close. Okay. So I'm going to go Dracozolt here. And I think I'm actually just going to go for a Flamethrower into the... So I wonder if Incineroar goes for Darkest Lariat here. Maybe a U-turn. Or hard switch into the Indeedee, because I could definitely see a hard switch to Indeedee here. I don't want Pain Split coming out for free exactly. So you know what? I'm going to Flamethrower the Incineroar slot. Yeah, I'm going to Flamethrower the Incineroar slot, because I think Indeedee wants to come out here. But it looks like it's not, unless you're U-turning, which I really don't think you should be. Let's see. Pain Split in the Dracozolt, which I kind of anticipated. Is it U-turn? It is U-turn. Okay. Oh, but went for the Dracozolt. Okay, maybe in case they didn't expect to protect on the Dracozolt. But now I think they lose 100% because I am able to get a Flamethrower off into that Incineroar slot. And now the Dusclops is pretty low at its hit points. And now we can go for a Dynamax here. We can go for the Max Lightning or the Max Dragon. Both are fine. I think we'll go for Max Dragon into the Dusclops slot. And we'll go for a Flamethrower into the Incineroar slot, because they're definitely going to U-turn out here. I think their only play is to U-turn out, and that's completely fine. Yeah, I'm really liking this spot regardless. I'm pretty sure that Dracozolt in the end game, as I said before, was going to be able to seal up the game. The battle's going to be forfeited because they even realize the Dracozolt is just going to do too much. I don't have any offensive pressure. Trick Room's over. I get a KO on the Dusclops guaranteed, or I KO the Indeedee slot, and if they sack Indeedee, Doesn't really change anything because like Dynamax Dracozolt is going to be able to pick up anything. Even if they pivot out with Incineroar and you turn out in that position, I'm able to deal with it effectively. So yeah, very, very solid. Yeah, it was Darkest Layout. Okay, want to confirm that. I don't know if that knocked out Arcanine specifically. How much attack? It has a lot of attack investment, so maybe. Oh, was the entity not min speed? I thought it was min speed on the team. I know it was like max or like a lot of special attack. Huh. Okay. So yeah, very solid first game. It was pretty long of a first game though. It did take like a lot of turns, but this is kind of that team. It plays very passively sometimes. We have the screens up, we have Gastrodon, we have Snarl Arcanine support. Like this team is supposed to get yourself into a good position with the Dracozolt in the end game. We got Joe on here as our next opponent. Ooh, okay, I like this team matchup. So we got the standard sand team that's been rising up in popularity. The Dragapult, Togekiss, Tyranitar, Amoonguss, Excadrill, and the Incineroar. I'm really liking our position because like these teams just don't have a matchup to Corviknight. They really don't actually. So I like actually Corviknight plus Grimmsnarl because I could probably reflect up right away, and like what else can they do? They really can't do anything. Back Pokemon wise, I'm liking Arcanine plus Gastrodon. I think they also don't really break through Gastrodon that well other than Amoonguss. So I don't know if they even run a grass move. I feel like I've seen Sludge Bomb a lot of times on these Amoonguss. So yeah, I think I'll just bring these four because yeah, I think that's solid. I don't think they run Burning Jealousy on the Incineroar on these teams. They just run standard Incineroar with like Flare Blitz, Dark Move, Parting Shot, Fake Out. Rillaboom not that great here anyway. Yeah, I like these four. I think these four are very solid against this team. I can obviously lose. It just depends on like their sets. I think they do need a fire move or maybe special Dragapult. I think those are the only ways I can really touch my my Corviknight, but we'll see here. Because if they don't have that option, once I bulk up, the game's over. So we're gonna see Tyranitar Excadrill. I'm feeling very good about this position because like Reflect is very safe here, and a very nice bulk up for my Corviknight is very great here. So if we were to body press that, this would be even better. But yeah, I hope there's not flinching going to be my opponent's game plan, but it definitely could be. We will go for the Reflect here as well. Yep, just Reflect here. So we're gonna see Dynamax straight away. Ooh, from who? Tyranitar? Are they just trying to get everything around the Corviknight so they can beat my Corviknight in the end game? Tyranitar Dynamax. Oh, don't tell me this is special Tyranitar with weakness policy for the Excadrill proc. That could be very interesting here, but we'll see. As the Tyranitar does Dynamax, we will go for the Reflect here. Set up the screen, and now let's see what my opponent is going to go for. It is going to be Earthquake, so it is policy activation. Oh, don't tell me it is special Tyranitar? If it's special Tyranitar, that's going to be the play of the century, as we will see the weakness policy activate. Oh, is it special Tyranitar? Is it special Tyranitar? No, it just goes for Max Knuckle. Oh, that's a bit of a disappointment. Okay, into the core. We're able to take it, and we will go for the bulk up. Okay, so a little bit disappointing, but okay, as we will be able to get a bulk up, and with the screen up, with that one bulk up, I do want to go for the recover for or the roost here for sure. And I definitely want to go Arcanine for the Will-O-Wisp. Yep. Even if they read it, I don't think it's that bad because it buys me a turn. And they're the one who already used up their Dynamax. So yeah, I'm not that worried unless the Togekiss again has the fire move. And I could see it. I realistically could see it. We are going to switch out Grimmsnarl though. Go out into our Arcanine. There's no reason not to. Intimidate. They might Iron Head my Grimmsnarl slot. They can Rock Slide. That'd be okay. I'm going to try to burn the Tyranitar the upcoming turn, I think. So let's see. Iron Head going to come out into the Grimmsnarl slot. No surprise. Okay, perfect. And a Rock Fall. Is it a covering, or are they just going for Rock Fall into Corv? Into Corv. No crit. Excellent. So we're able to get a Roost off. And now we can go for a Will-O-Wisp into the Tyranitar slot. We should be able to live a high horsepower because we do have to Reflect up with our Arcanine. So even if the Excadrill is at neutral, we should be able to survive. And then we should be able to get another Roost up with Corviknight. So yeah, feeling very solid here about this position. The Tyranitar is also going to be back at like let's see, Max Knuckle made it +3. It was at +2. The Wisp is going to put it back in neutral. Yep. Assuming we hit the Will-O-Wisp. High horsepower comes out, but it looks like it into the Corv. Either they misclicked or they forgot about like Roost only works during the turn. So we're able to get the Will-O-Wisp off. We are going to see a Rock Fall. We might actually be able to survive this. Oh, it's into Corv again. And as you can see, Corv eating that up very, very nicely. And then another Roost coming out. It's looking very tough for our opponent to actually break through this Corviknight right now. So feeling very good about our spot. I could even Dynamax the Corv the next turn. As you know what? They rage quit. They rage quit because they realized, oh, I cannot touch the Corv. And this game was very likely over. I'm assuming they didn't have a fire move on Kiss. If they didn't have a fire move on Kiss, they probably would have rage quit. So they ended up doing that. And that means they probably didn't have a fire move on the Togekiss, and they most likely didn't have any way to touch my Corv. Even if they started critting, it would have been very likely that they are able to actually win because, like, it's just Corv. It's just Corv, and they were burned. Yeah. So yeah, let's check their team actually because we can confirm. It is this physical Dracozolt, which is very common on this team. The good stuff. Scope Lens Togekiss, but no fire move. Lash out on the Tyrant with weakness policy. All good. It was actually grass move on the Moongus with energy ball. Iron Head, high horsepower, Earthquake Protect. Oh, they did have Burn Jealousy on Incineroar. That could have actually been a game changer, but I did have Lum Berry on the Corviknight, so I could have at least got one and then started pressuring. So yeah, I don't think it would have been that bad. They also really, again, couldn't touch Corviknight like at all. So yeah, looked like they couldn't touch Corviknight with what they brought there. I probably had to lead Ensign or something, and yeah, they just ended up forfeiting. So we had a really long game. I was really looking towards the long game because I think the way you win against that if you're the opponent is you either have to get the burn on Corviknight with the Burn Jealousy, or the Flare Blitz potentially, start flinching it down maybe, or playing the timer game. But luckily we don't have to deal with that, so we're gonna have, you know, a long game and a short game for today's episode. I hope everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2020 Baek Battles. So if you did enjoy it, please leave a like down below, show support, as well as you can check out the rest of my stuff down below in the description, such as my social medias, the size of my channel, and more. You can check out my Patreon page if you want to go an extra mile to support my content. But you know what, there are free ways to support me: by leaving a like on this video, sharing this video with your friends, and leaving a comment down below. Otherwise, you can check out again my Twitch channel where I do live stream VGC and other video games. You could go check out my second YouTube channel for more content from myself, Pokemon and non-Pokemon related. You could also check out my community Discord if you want to interact with me and a bunch of awesome members from my community and talk about VGC and, you know, just other stuff in general, anime, food. We got all that good stuff in the Discord. Why not join it? Link in the description down below. Otherwise, that's gonna be it. Next time we'll be using a brand new team. I got a really good team coming up for Baek Battles in the works, but I do have to get the mods, so we're gonna be rocking out with this team. And yeah, if you want to check out Rahxen, I'll also link his Twitter down below in the description. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Have a great day, people, and until we battle again, I'll catch y'all later.